for another update. Let's take a look at cake over here. And like I said in yesterday's video, all we were doing is coming down to backtest the 200-day moving average to double tap it. I said that if we were to lose that 226, 224 region, then it's very likely we would come down to double tap this 200-day right over here. You see how we tapped it over here and we double tapped it right here. So now we're seeing a nice push back into this range. If we can get back into the range and then hold support above it. So if we hold support above $2.20, then we can confirm that grind to the upside. But we need to hold above this $2.20 region. Now, considering we are under this established range that we had over here, we're likely to see range-bound action with Bitcoin before we continue on higher. Going back below $2.08 would likely result in a move down towards $1.90, which would be the macro 786 when we take a fib all the way from our August 5th low up to our December 3rd high. Sorry, it would be the 786. You see where the 786 is? Right here. So it would come down like this and then have the pop off from there. But so going forward, this is where I would be expecting a bottom as long as Bitcoin dominance can continue its move to the downside. But yeah, around this region right here, this is where I'd be expecting a bottom. Okay. And remember, I want to see a move above $2.20 and find support above it in order to confirm that this in fact is the bottom. And this was just a shakeout under this established range. If we go back below 2.08, then we can say, oh, okay, it's just coming down for a little bit of a further manipulative move to the downside at around $1.90, like a wick, and then continue on higher from there. And on the high time frame, it would just look like a little pin drop or a blip on the radar. As you guys can see, we have some really high targets here for cake. We've been within this accumulation range for a very long time now, since June 2022, and this accumulation range, it manifested in the form of a right angle broadening wedge, which does have a 1-to-1 target sitting at around the 50% fib at $22. Now, when we go ahead and take a look here at cake on the source being Binance, the reason we're doing that is so we can analyze the volume footprint of this range. You guys see how most of the volume, if we analyze all the volume, right from the beginning, most of the volume was within this accumulation range here. So that tells us that if all of the volume, if we measure all the volume here and most of the volume is over here within this range, then we can say that a lot of accumulation has been concentrated. Then we can confirm that a lot of accumulation has been concentrated into this section of the chart. And look how we're holding above this this point of control here. This is where 70% or more of the volume is traded, right here. So around here is where the most volume is. So all we would be doing if we came down to that 786 would just be to tag the POC and then continue on higher. But yeah, it looks good. Cake looks good from here. Would be expecting a bottom. If it didn't happen over here, then we would just tag $1.90 and then continue up from there. Okay, so this is your range right here, right? If we can get a move above this level and then hold support, then we can say, oh, okay, this was just our manipulation. Going back below this $2.08 region would confirm a move below this low towards the 786 at $1.90. Okay. Be like this. This is actually Wyckoff accumulation. This is your selling climax, your automatic rally, secondary test in phase B, your failed breakout. This is your selling climax, automatic rally, second test, failed breakout, secondary test in phase B, and then you just come back down to mid-range before you continue on higher. You see how we come back to mid-range here? We came back to mid-range here. So this was your selling climax, automatic rally, second test, failed break, secondary test in phase B. In advance towards the top of the range, decline to mid-range, chop around here before you continue off higher. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.